Hi, I'm Pam with PJ's Glass Creations, and I'll bet that you know somebody who loves beer who would really enjoy this ornament. It's quick and easy to make following my tutorial, and you can find the pattern on my Etsy site. So let's have some fun. First, we're going to work on the beer. This is a bullseye medium amber, and I started with a rectangle that was 2 1/4 wide and 3 1/2 inches tall. And then I just rounded the top and the bottom, and you can see on the pattern piece how much of a curve I have on that, and you can use that if you want as a template. And then I used some enamel. You can use any kind of enamel, black line paint if you want. This particular one is from AAE Glass, and it's called Easy Fire Enamel. And I'm going to get most of it off of my brush. I just want the slightest bit on there. And I'm going to put a very light line so that once this is made, you will have a little bit of perspective. And I am going to put this in my oven just for a couple of minutes so that that enamel dries and I don't smear it. The enamel here is dry, so now I don't have to worry about it smudging. I'm going to put the beer aside and work on the mug. And for the mug, I'm going to use some Elmer's glue. Ugh, this one has a problem. Some Elmer's glue, and I'm going to put 3 lines, one down the middle and one about halfway between the middle and the edge on each side. You could use super glue or glass tack if that works better for you. And I'm going to put a clear 2 mm stringer on each of those lines. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom. It's close, but not all the way. Don't worry about the top, where it hits on the top, because that's going to be underneath the foam of the beer. And I am just putting my stringers here so that it looks a little bit more like a mug. And I'm going to put that aside and let it dry. Next, we're going to make the handle of the mug. To do this, I have a clear piece and I've cut a 32 mm circle to give me a little head start on that inside curve. If you don't have that drill bit, you're welcome to cut that curve by hand. I just find that it's easier to cheat because it's such a deep curve. And then I'm going to draw the rest of my handle using that template. So here I have my 2 halves of my handle. I'm going to cut off my excess, and then I'm going to just take this to the grinder and make it nice and smooth. All of my parts of my beer mug are done. I'm just going to layer this together. I am using the tiniest amount of glue because I really don't want it to leave any marks. This is just Elmer's glue, like I told you before. And I am going to position the beer underneath the beer mug, and I'm going to try to leave an even amount of space on the bottom and on both sides. That way it will give the illusion that the beer is in a mug. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the handle and put that underneath the clear. And then I'm going to let this dry a little bit. Actually, next I'm going to put some foam, and I'm using a coarse white grit. And I just put a little bit of glue on the edges just to help contain this frit so it doesn't keep falling off the mug. And I want this edge here kind of to be irregular because it is foam. It's nothing regular about it. All right. Let's see. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to put this in the kiln for a tack fuse. And then when it's done, all we'll have to do is add a hanger. My mug ornament is out of the kiln, and it's kind of hard to see, but I used a small drill bit to drill just a little hole here that I can attach my ribbon to for hanging. If you don't have a drill bit, you can add like an earring bail, just glue it on, and then you can add your hanger to that. And I have a length of 12 inches of a small white ribbon, and all I did was tie a knot at the end. I do like to put a little dot of glue right on the knot to hold it so it doesn't come unraveled. We would hate for the ornament to fall off the tree. And I use a toothpick to push it through the hole. I grab it from the other side, put my fingers through it, and just grab that knot. And it's ready to hang. My ornament is finished. I'll bet that your beer mug turned out great. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please share, like, and subscribe. Thanks for joining me. Bye.